this is Amanda again from Rainwashers and Technology. My response for this video is to When the Levees Broke, the movie by Spike Lee, the documentary about Hurricane Katrina. There's a couple things that I really liked about this video. I liked how we saw the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina from the victims themselves instead of seeing it through how the media and the government wanted us to see it. We actually got to see how people felt about it, how people lost family members through it. It added a more emotional and intimate approach to the movie by allowing us to see it through the survivors. What I didn't like about the movie is that it was, although it was from the survivor's perspective, it made it biased because that's the only perspective we saw. There's a couple instances in the movie where what people thought happened was really elevated and extremed to the maximum, and after they stated what they thought was the truth, they had people come on from the government saying, no, that wasn't the truth, it was a complete extreme. And I guess that's what happens when you use an oral history, because you're always, it's the people's truth, is not necessarily what actually happened. I was really, really touched by this movie, emotionally wise, because it's so sad to see people suffering, and Spike Lee doesn't hold back with showing what actually happened. Like, it was a shock to me seeing dead bodies lying everywhere. It's just a horrible thing to see, because you know it's not a movie. Like, when you watch horror movies, you see dead bodies, it's nothing. But this is something that really happened, and it's like, you can't even believe it. In our own country, people were dying and nobody was helping. I was really frustrated and angered by this movie, seeing the slow response that the government had to helping the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Like, before I watched this movie, I knew what had happened. I knew that nobody came to help them, but it's sickening to see it and watch every minute of how it happened in the aftermath, and seeing people dying, and they're completely frustrated because nobody's coming. And I don't understand how the American government can sit there and watch their own people dying, and they're twiddling their thumbs, and it's like, oh, well, I don't know, should we go down there? It's ridiculous. We spend billions of dollars in Iraq every month to help people, but we can't even help our own people. It's completely ridiculous. They were not prepared for the event. They had a week advance notice that the hurricane was coming. They told them, this is the biggest hurricane in the history of the United States, that it's going to hit the Gulf Coast, and they gave people mandatory evacuation, but not everybody listened to it. And the people that were left, like, in some cases, it was their own fault because they were told to leave and they didn't want to leave. In other cases, people couldn't leave because they had physical disabilities and medical conditions that forced them to stay. They couldn't leave, and that's understandable. The people that were left, they weren't prepared for them to stay anywhere. They had people packed in the Superdome, and the filth was disgusting. People were dying in the Superdome. People were shipped to the highway, and they were camping on the highway for days at a time. Like, it's ridiculous how they treated people who live in this country. Overall, I really liked the movie. It was, I don't know what the word is. The movie was really insightful. I liked seeing it through the lens of Katrina survivors. I think that's what made this documentary work really well, is that we saw the aftermath for once through the survivor's eyes, and I really like that because we just got to saw individual stories from a broad range of people from every color, and it was very informative, and that's what I liked about it, and that's about it.